Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph and I'm here today at Essen Spiel in Germany. And I'm here with Rob again, and Draco's here as well, of course. He's so excited about all this cool stuff and so on. So, now we want to talk a bit about Hero Realms, and this is one of my favorite games, actually. So yeah, tell us about the base of the Hero Realms system.
Okay, so Hero Realms was designed based on the Realm system, which we use for Star Realms. So if you've played Star Realms before, you'll be able to pick up Hero Realms very quickly. You'll have this is the Hero Realms base set, and it costs 20. Comes with everything you need for 4 players, and you will be gaining gold and combat with your cards. Gold is used to buy new cards from the market, and combat is used to attack your opponent or their champions. Some of the cards are champions and they'll stay in play and they have a defense value. They work in a very similar way to the bases from the Star Realms set. The game plays fast, 20 minutes for a game, nice and portable, fast, fun, great deck building game. When we designed Hero Realms, we had a big vision in mind for it, and that's where the expansions come in. So we have these character packs which allow you to play as a specific character type in the world of Hero Realms. So you can play as a thief, a wizard, a ranger, a fighter, or a cleric. Each character has 2 special custom ability cards that stay in play. So, for example, the wizard has a channel card which allows him to, once a turn, spend 2 gold to draw a card from his deck, but when he does it, he loses a health point. And he's got a fireball card which he can use once per game to do 4 damage to his opponent and to all of his opponent's champions. And each character has their own unique skill and ability cards. You also have a custom starting deck, so you'll have special cards in your deck that only your character has, and these, of course, match up with the theme of your class. And then you also have different amounts of starting health. So, for example, the wizard starts with 50 health, and the fighter starts with 60 health. So, depending on what class you're playing, you'll have more or less health than the other classes. So they are designed to all be balanced to play against each other. So you can do wizard versus thief, ranger versus fighter, any combination that you want to do. But they're also the basis for the campaign. So we have the Ruin of Thandar campaign set. This contains 3 different encounters, and it is designed to transform Hero Realms into a cooperative leveling deck building game. So each player chooses a character, and you will work together fighting bad guys. If you win an encounter, you will gain experience or find treasure, and the treasures that you find are permanently added to your starting deck. When you gain experience points, you can use them to improve those skill cards we talked about, and there are skill trees for both card types. So when you get an experience point, you could use it to increase your health. You could use it to make your channeling ability better. And when you do that, there's multiple choices. Do I want to improve it in this way or that way? And there are cards that you'll exchange your channeling card for a more powerful one with a different custom ability depending on which way you want to go. Same thing with the fireball card for the wizard. There's multiple different fireballs you could improve into, and from there, if you spend another experience point, each of those branches in 2 different directions. So there's a lot of possibilities as you gain experience on how to improve your character. So after you played through the campaign, your wizard will be different than someone else's wizard who played through, depending on what treasures you happen to find and how you spend your experience. And in addition to battling against the campaign, you can also take your party of adventurers, and with a guest game master, you can have a player playing the dragon or the lich. These are super powerful monster decks designed to take on a whole party of adventurers at once. So when you're playing against the dragon or the lich, someone is playing the dragon, someone is playing the lich, or if you want to, you can play the dragon and lich against each other. And when you're playing the campaign, the players play the characters, and the game is automated for the bad guys. So all these elements together create this mesh between a role-playing game and a deck-building game, where you're playing from session to session with the same group, gaining skills, finding treasures, but facing tougher and tougher opponents each time. Speaking of the campaign, we have a new Kickstarter coming this November, which will have the next chapter of the campaign. It'll also have new packs to add to your market deck for the base game, and we've got a third new thing in there, which we're holding as a surprise for when the campaign launches. But lots of awesome new stuff for Hero. So with the packs that are added to the base set, those are called Journeys. There's 4 different Journeys packs. 2 of them will be adding new characters and action cards to the game, so we'll have a bunch of new cards for your market deck there. And then we've got 2 of them which contain brand new card types. We've got quest cards, at the beginning of the game, players will be randomly given quests. The quests will have criteria you're trying to meet, something you're trying to accomplish during the game. And if you complete a quest, you reveal it and show that you've met the criteria for completing the quest, and then you immediately get a relic card as your reward. So each pack will come with each of those 2 packs comes with 6 quests and 6 relics. So when you earn a relic, you shuffle the relics together, and you get one at random immediately in the game. And all the relics will have an immediate bonus. So some of them will do something for you by the mere fact of acquiring them, and others will give you will perhaps get acquired directly in your hand for use. But basically, whenever you get a relic, you're going to get an immediate boost, and you're going to get a cool new item in your deck. The relics can also be played separately. They all are 3-cost items. You don't have to pay for them when you complete a quest. You just automatically get it. But if you want to, you can play with the relics without the quest by just shuffling them into the market deck. So there's a couple different ways to play.
Okay, that sounds amazing. I must say that I'm so impressed by the campaign, and it's a small box. And there's so much story, there's so much involvement going into that in the cooperative campaign, and there's like different parts to take. And I know one of my favorites is the one where you're chasing someone, and you have to beat the boss before he runs away, basically. So.
And with the next chapter of the campaign, the lead designer Danny Mandel had put a ton of work into the story and into those choices you were talking about. And in the first campaign, there's this really cool thing where you have that chase where you okay, the bad guys are splitting up, you have to decide who to come after, and the choice you make there comes back and has relevance later in the story, which is really cool. So it plays through differently if you want to play multiple times, and you're making meaningful decisions as you go. And those types of things are in the next campaign as well. Lots of fresh stuff in it, and really fun to play. Got amazing art and some really cool new card types. We have, for example, we have new armor cards, which are one of the treasures that you will find as you go in the campaign. And these armor cards are items, but they don't go into your deck. They start in play like your skill or ability cards. However, the armors have a durability factor on them. So basically what that means is they have a little number over their activation symbol, which tells you what health you have to be at or higher for your armor to work. So basically, early in the game when your health is high, your armor will be functioning and it'll give you cool extra abilities, but when your health drops too low, it'll shut off your special abilities on your armor. If you're able to be healed by your friends, then it'll come back online, but
So new game mechanics in there as well. So.
New game mechanics in there as well, and of course the ability to bring your characters more experience points, which you can spend on those skills and ability cards.
I also have to ask you about, is Hero Realms coming as a digital app in the future, you think?
So that is a really excellent idea, and we do have a digital team. So that sounds very possible. We'll look into that.
I mean, so I usually I like this. I like to hold stuff, have cards and all that. But I mean, sitting at the train or something, it's so nice to just be able to play your favorite games in digital form. So
we've had such great reactions to the Star Realms digital app, and that has we've added like the arena format with the weekly special format that's in the app. We've got and so many players have played on the app hundreds or even thousands of times, and they still come back and play the physical game on a regular basis. So yeah, our team puts a lot of work into the digital app. There's a sort of a long runway on them. So the answer to the question is, it's not going to be something you're going to be seeing in the next few months, but that is very likely something that you'll be seeing down the road.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Rob, for this presentation. I mean, I think Hero Realms, for me, I usually tend to go for like fantasy more than the space theme, and also I think Hero Realms has such a great artwork, and it really puts you in there and especially with these character packs and all that, you can really see the difference of playing the ranger versus playing the wizard and all that. So.
Yeah, we really. We started out with that same thing where basically we had a lot of Star Realms fans who were like, "Hey, I like fantasy. Can you do a fantasy version of this?" And so that was sort of the original thought. But then I got excited about what are the differences between science fiction storytelling and fantasy storytelling? And so many great fantasy stories are about like the growth of experience and power and importance of particular characters. They tend to follow like groups going on missions and etc. And I love that idea of being able to play as a specific character with your specific traits, but also be able to customize your character and improve your character over time. Even if you don't like cooperative play, you can get the campaign and use those experience and those magic items. So for example, you could be like, oh, let's do wizard versus fighter, but let's each have 3 magic items and 5 experience points to spend. And you can, and you can battle that, or you can do that group playing through experience, and as you said, the artwork's awesome, and the story's really rich. So it's awesome stuff. We're really excited about it.
All right. Well, as you know, I just recently did my top 10 fantasy games, and Hero Realms was up there in the top as well. And well, is there anything you want to tell the viewers about Hero Realms or more? Do you have any future plans and so on?
Just check out that Kickstarter. We've got those a lot of really cool stuff. You'll be able to see the artwork, and you'll also be able to interact with the community and throw ideas together. So when we do our campaigns, often some brand new content will come out of them, like those 8-cost mega ships that are in the Star Realms command decks. That was something that was suggested by Kickstarter backers and added to the product because of the Kickstarter campaign. So not only is a Kickstarter an opportunity to get a bunch of exclusive cards and cool content early, but it's also an opportunity to interact with the community and change the game itself. So we'd love to hear from you guys and see you on the Kickstarter.
All right, and once the Kickstarter is up, you can click the link up here to go straight to it as well. So thank you so much, Rob, and we'll be back later on here with more coverage from Essen Spiel, of course. Have a great evening or morning or whenever you're watching this. Take care. Bye-bye.
Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.